Alright guys, good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful Thursday, December 19th. Hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, we'll see what we get today. Let's look at big movers. So specifically today I am watching, let me move my window over. I do see a question in the chat. Hold on one second. Shannon says, so I am new to your channel. I've watched a few of your videos. Very nice content. I am wondering, what is this? I'm wondering if this is something that you do for a living or just on the side. I am not living off of my trading profits, no. Never really claimed to be, and you know, one of the good things is like, Mitch and I, we don't really claim to be experts. You know, we don't really claim to be gurus. We don't really sell anything. And so I like it that way. I feel like if I was like selling a course, I would have all this pressure on me, you know what I mean, to like succeed and like do well. And since I'm not claiming to be an expert, and since I'm not selling a course, I don't have any pressure on me. You know, people can get weird in the chat and be like, oh, well, you're trading too small, or you're trading too large, or they can say whatever they want. But the good thing about not selling anything is that it doesn't really matter, you know. But yeah, I'm not living off of my trading profits. I'm trying to get there, obviously, eventually. Yesterday's my largest gain I ever had. But no, I'm not living off of my trading profits at all. Not even close. I've mostly been trading small. And so, you know, my plan at least is to like scale up to larger sizing and trade small, slowly scale up. Once I get used to trading a little bit larger, take some swings, build my account, then scale up some more until I scale up enough in size to where I can possibly do this. But I don't want that pressure on me either, because that's a lot of pressure to have. But what's up, team? Coffee tastes good. Alright, so looking at some stocks this morning, we have AXSM specifically. We got AXSM specifically gapping up from 89.57 to 95.88, so a pretty big gap up here. Roughly like what, 12 or roughly, you know, 8 or 9%. Nice gap up here for AXSM. We'll see what happens with it. Looks solid, looks interesting. We'll see what we get with it. We also have Rite Aid, RAD, gapping up from 832s to 1070s. From 1070, so we'll see what happens with that. MOSC, CAG, AXSM, I think I went over that one. KRTX. Honestly, the market's kind of boring today, to be completely honest here. MU, EPZM, MTCH, WDC, PCG, CLLS. Yeah, that's about it. CNC, WKHS. Watching Netflix, Tesla, a few other stocks that follow the overall market. AMRN is pretty volatile. I traded that one. I made my largest gain on that one. And oh, how the tides have turned for AMRN. This used to be my most hated stock. I literally used to go around saying this stock was dead to me. I'm never going to trade it again. And then yesterday I had like a $1,400 win from it with pretty big size. I think I took like 10,000 shares. It felt good though. Honestly, part of me, you know, I stream every day and I deal with people telling me, you know, people go from you suck as a trader, and then when I'm like, hey, well, I'm growing my account, then they go from, oh, you're making $30 wins, ha ha ha, you know, like you suck, John. And so then it just feels really good to be able to just be like, take this W, you know, just take the W and be quiet. And, you know, watch them kind of scramble to hate on it. They kind of just scramble to hate on it. It starts to be fun, you know. But it's going to feel really good to just have over $2,000 in profit. I actually haven't checked my account yet to see what my account balance is at. And it's just, it feels good, man. It feels good. But yeah, MU is also gapping up pretty big here as well, as you can see, from 53.04 to 54.90. AMD, like I said, I'm just going to watch AMD just because it follows the overall market. And after the impeachment news yesterday, I'm sure, you know, hopefully we get some volatility. Yeah, and I'm going to watch Roku. Then for gap downs, we have APOG gapping down. We have XPER, GDOT, VNE, but none of these are really good volume, honestly. It's pretty boring volume. Slow, dull, nothing that looks that good. AMRN might be one of the best ones, really. And yeah, I guess what I shorted this one, what I did here, if you guys want to see what I did with AMRN, is that I scaled in above the VWAP because I thought it had a lot of resistance above it. And so I scaled in above the VWAP starting at like 40, and I scaled in all the way up to like 60, and then I held through these spikes, and then I wrote it down for this big crash. And I do think I got lucky, but I wrote it down for this big crash right here, and this is the gains that I got shorting the stock with that big of size. And so that's how I made that much from it, is because I wrote it down this drop. A little bit unconventionally than how I used to trade it, or usually trade it, I should say. But I scaled in using these levels as resistance and risk, and you know, wrote it down for this crash below the VWAP. Honestly, it hurt because I looked at it a few hours later and it had crashed down even more. And so, you know, it is what it is. I definitely can't be greedy though. That's the largest win I've ever had. Can't hear the music. Yeah, I took 10,000 shares. Like I said, how it usually is when I have a really big win like this is that I think I took too much risk, obviously. And I'm not one of those guys that are going to be like, yeah, I made 1,500 bucks. Now I'm the best. Not saying that at all. I'm actually saying I think I made a lot of mistakes with the trade, and I think I got lucky with it to a certain extent, and I took too much risks. But it was somewhat in my plan to take that much risk because I'm ready to build up a cushion. And you know, be real, guys. I've been sitting on this account for months now. I mean, I made over $1,000 in profit, and that's great and fun and everything, but it's a huge account, and I need to trade it like I should. And trading it like I should is trading with big size because it's a huge account and buying power, you know. Appreciate it, Scott. Yeah, thank you, sir. But like I said, I mean, here's the thing though, guys. The good thing about not selling a course, and about not acting like an expert, and about not acting like a guru, and about not charging anybody for anything, is that it just doesn't matter what people say. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't have any standard to live up to. You know, I'm not selling anything. I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert. People deal with it if they don't like anything about my trading. You know, they don't have to watch me, you know. But like I said, it's one of the huge benefits of not selling a course, not being an expert, not being a guru, is that people can say it was a good trade, a bad trade. They can believe me. They can not believe me. They can, you know, talk smack. They can give me praise, like whatever. It doesn't matter because I'm not an expert. I'm not selling anything. It doesn't matter what people think. And so one of the big benefits of that. Yeah, it's about time though, man. Like I said, part of me yesterday, and I had somebody like, oh, you always do better off stream. And it's like, maybe that's true, but that's true because my system really starts at 10 o'clock my time, which is 11 o'clock market time. And by 11 o'clock market time, I'm usually so burnt out from streaming that I just want to cut the stream off and trade by myself. And I think that should be somewhat understandable too. You're right, exactly. I mean, that's the issue though, Jeffrey, lately, is that I've been that's the issue, is that I've been trading too much in that first hour, and I almost always rebound. It's every single time I rebound. But that's the issue, really. Like, that's the problem, is that I'm just trading too much in that first hour. But yeah, let's look at my account balance. I genuinely haven't looked at it yet. I seriously haven't. I'm curious. It's got to be over 2,000. Commissions are going to be a big factor. I calculated commissions are going to be like $200, I think. But that's less than 10%. So let's check it out. Let's see what it's at. My guess is like it's at like $2,300 in profit. Is that like, so it's at like 242,300 is what I'm assuming. Wait. Boom, yeah, there it is. It's at $2,359.59 in profit. That's what it is, if you guys can see it. So yeah, it's 2,000. It's just under $2,400 in profit, which I'll take. You know, feels good, man. That means I netted. That means I netted about $1,000, maybe a little bit more than $1,000 off the trade, which is perfectly acceptable. Sorry. Ugh. I hope Nightbot doesn't go crazy again and start double posting. But it feels good, man. It feels good. Like I said, one thing that this is gonna do, guys, regardless of anything, is that this is really gonna allow me to take some big size, some larger sizing. You know, $100 loss is gonna be negligible now, and it's not gonna be a big deal. And so I'm gonna be able to take some swings, hopefully have better emotions with it, and be able to trade a little bit larger like I need to, honestly. Honestly, I would like to see what my P&L is like. This is gonna be like. B and Geo. I mean, too much of a penny stock for me. I just don't like it. We'll see what happens, but I'm not loving it. What's up, guys? What's up, team? Do you guys see that on my hair, man? I can see this in my side of my head. It's like I got like, I don't know if it's like a bald spot. Look at that. What is that? It's not like a usual spot to have like a bald spot. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Maybe I think that's probably just a cowlick from sleeping and then waking up and having my hair just kind of all over the place. But look at that. I like see that in the stream and I'm just like, man, look at that. At least I got my hair, you know. What's up, the best? Tesla over 400? I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what that is, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think it's bedhead. Oh, you know what else I saw is that Mir was trading a new platform the other day. It looks dope, man. It looks dope. I'm excited, man. I told him, I was like, I want to try that platform. He's like, we'll have some testing available in the next few weeks. So it looks cool, man. I'm ready to try the new platform. I don't know. Part of me is like, I like the old platform, but I wouldn't mind trying it out too. I don't have live signals, bro. You don't want to take my live signals, dude. Trust me, man. You don't want to take my live signals, bro. I'm anti-stock picks and signals. I'm an anti-signal guy. And listen, bro. You don't want my stock picks, man. You don't want my stock picks, bro. I'll sell them to you for $5 billion. You know. That's it. $5 billion or no deal. Tesla, I don't know. I'm going to be watching Tesla today, but Tesla's been doing me dirty lately, man. It's just not been following through. I do like that $400 level, though. I do like this $400 level up here. Yeah, man, Mir's a nice dude. I like Mir. People hate on Mir. I like Mir, man. Mir's cool. Alright, team. Alright, we're going to start looking up some news, I guess a little bit early today. This much. Like I said, man, stock picks, $4.5 billion. I'll drop the price. $4.5 billion for 2 stock picks. You know, that equals out to $2.25 billion a piece. And I think that's a solid deal, man, for stock picks, bro. $2.25 billion each. You know, dollars. So yeah, yeah, I'm looking at Rite Aid. I am looking at Rite Aid, Rich. We'll see what Tesla does over 400. Yeah, it could get interesting there. I don't mind it. Rite Aid too. I'm gonna look at some news in a minute. Yeah. So what about the impeachment news? And for anybody that doesn't really understand American politics, which is understandable to a certain extent. Like I said, everything I'm saying to old guy that wants signals is completely sarcastic. I don't give out stock signals. We're kind of anti-signal because there's too many people that can kind of like front load by giving out signals and then just bank off of the volatility that their followers cause. And so with that, we're kind of anti-signal over here, bro. But yeah, if anybody caught the news, Trump was the 3rd president to be impeached yesterday. Like I said, if you don't really understand American politics, the impeachment doesn't really mean much aside from maybe hurting his reputation for the 2020 race. We have a split, you know, everything's split, and so, you know, the Republicans are not going to impeach Trump, and he's not going to step down. And so all this impeachment really does is cause a big spectacle and possibly hurts his reputation for the 2020 race. And like I said, this is coming from somebody who doesn't like Trump necessarily. I'm very anti-politics in general. And so I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't be impeached. I'm just saying that it doesn't really mean much in terms of whether he'll continue doing, you know, staying in office or not. Whether it'll affect the market is interesting as well to speculate and watch. If we look at the overall market today, SPY is down. That's right, Taylor. I'm getting there, Bowlerin. I'm getting there. But yeah, the market is down slightly, although it is very choppy. We'll see what happens with this. And like I said, I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to be like, oh, you know, get mad at me whichever way, from whichever side they're going to get mad at me. And so like I said, I'm not saying whether Trump should or shouldn't be impeached. I'm just saying that he was impeached, but it's not really going to mean anything because they're not going to make him step down. They might conduct an investigation. It's extremely unlikely that they make him step down. And, you know, it's extremely likely that he continues office. And again, I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't. I'm just saying that's what's going to happen. All right. But yeah, I'm not, like I said, if you've heard me talk about politics before, you know, I'm anti-politics in general. I dislike both sides, to be honest. I think one of the single biggest problems with our country today is people getting so wrapped up in politics. They treat politics on both sides like their favorite sports team, and they just root for them without actually looking at the issues, and it just clouds and distracts everything. And so I just kind of take a step back from politics. I might follow policies, but for actual like bureaucratic nonsense, I just kind of keep out of it. But even if I say that, somebody's going to get mad at me on here. So, but yeah, SGN, we'll see what happens with it. MTCH, we'll see what happens with it. Like I said, I'm watching specifically, like, somebody showed me Tesla. I actually like Tesla. Kind of looks strong. Mitch and I talked about this one yesterday. This one dipped after the Cybertruck came out. Everybody's like, oh, the Cybertruck is dumb looking. And so this thing dipped. And then after that, I think people kind of took a step back and thought about it and were like, well, it's still probably going to sell really well because it has really good specs. And so then the stock pushed back up. It got a bunch of pre-orders. Elon Musk did a very smart thing here. Elon Musk did a very smart thing. What he did is that he anticipated somewhat of a negative reaction to his Cybertruck. And so he made pre-order signups only $100 and refundable. And so what does that do? That allows him to consequently post about how many pre-order signups he had for the Cybertruck, and it caused an overall bullish sentiment in the truck. And so a very smart thing Elon Musk did here. And Tesla's up to we'll see if it breaks 400. You know, we'll see if it breaks. Oh, no, we're not going to argue about politics here, sir. Like I said, I'm anti-politics, man. You know, I always say here, like when I'm talking with family, because I have family on both sides, I always tell people, if you get me to talk about politics, both of y'all are probably going to hate me, you know, because I'm anti-politics. I'm just not into it, you know. Like I said, policies is one thing, but I'm not looking at the people behind them. I'm just looking at the policies. And I agree with some of them. I disagree with some of them as well. Really, in general, I'm very socially liberal. Almost 100% socially liberal. Conservative in some ways, but roughly in the middle, I would say, if you had to make me pick a side. With that said, though, I don't like any of the... I don't like Trump. I don't like any of his competition either, though. And so I'm just kind of out of it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm sure me saying that is going to get me in trouble, though. Somebody's going to yell at me. Whoa, now y'all calm down, guys. Futures, Manic. Y'all chill out, man. Listen, we can all be friends, bro. We can all be friends, man. We can all get along. Sir, you know, don't act like that, man. We can all get along. There's no reason to argue. You know, why don't you guys tell each other one good thing you like about the other one? You know? Like, let's just get along in here, guys. There's no reason to be like that. You know? We gotta respect everybody's views in here, man. Alright. But yeah, AMD, watching AMD just based off of some volatility in the overall market. Like I said, my main watch today is RAD, AXSM. Again, I'm going to watch AXSM again, and it's pushing up. I'm going to watch Netflix and Tesla just because they're up slightly as well. And that's about it. I mean, I'm not really seeing too much else that I really like, honestly. Everything else, we have some other gap ups, but most of them are kind of dull and boring. One. What? Haha, this isn't a real trading channel. Kick them out. What? What are you talking about, man? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, let's just get along, guys. Just get along, man. Like, listen, we can all get along here. We can find some middle ground, you know? I know. It's really Shetra. It's my fault. I started it. Honestly, it's my fault. So with that, I apologize. All right, guys. So I'm gonna start looking up some news. Hopefully, that'll sway the topic away from politics. I think we all need to step away from politics right now. But yeah. So first, what I'm gonna look up is AXSM. I'm pretty sure this one's just up on Catalyst from yesterday. For AXSM, gapping up from 89.57 to 95.45 here, and let's see if I can find out why this one's moving. This one is up after it priced a $2 million share offering at $87 per share for AXSM. So it did post an offering. I think it came out with something yesterday as well. Yeah, so it was just a public offering that put out yesterday, and it's up since then. So we'll see where this one goes. I will watch this one. Looks interesting. We also have Rite Aid here, which is RAD. Shares are up in pre-market after the company reported better than expected third quarter EPS and sales results. They also issued fiscal year 2020 EPS guidance that was above the analyst estimates. And so good results for Rite Aid. And I remember Rite Aid, man. Rite Aid was the corner store before we had Walgreens. You know, I don't know if anybody's as old as me in here, but does anybody remember Eckerd's? Eckerd's, the corner store? I remember Eckerd's, then Walgreens took over. You know, we don't see Eckerd's anymore. But Rite Aid doing well. You know, good third quarter EPS, better than expected EPS and sales results, and good fiscal year 2020 EPS sales guidance that was above the analyst estimates for Rite Aid. So we'll see what happens with this one. Bullish earnings. And so we'll see. Watching this one for sure. We do have some penny stocks like PRTK. PRTK gapping up here. I'll go ahead and look up this one if I can find out why. So this one is up after... So PRTK is Paratech Pharmaceuticals, and they said the Department of Human Health, the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, and Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. Man, what kind of office is that, man? That's the longest name for an office ever. It's literally the Department of Human Health, Office of Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, and Biomedical Advanced Research Development Authority has awarded it a 5-year contract with an option to extend it to 10 years to support the development of its Nuzera for the treatment of pulmonary anthrax. I don't know what that means. Whatever. So positive data, positive results for this one. Awarded contract for this one is really what it is. And so we'll see what happens. Sounds like a bio drug that had positive results for PRTK, and that was awarded a contract. So we'll watch this one. I doubt I can trade it, but we'll keep an eye on this one regardless. What was the big mover yesterday, team, that moved? Does anybody remember what the mover was yesterday that we watched? Probably one of the really volatile ones that was under $1. You guys chill out, man. Look, like I said, why don't you guys tell each other something you really like about the other one, you know? In this beef you guys got. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try. But yeah, PRTK, watching that one. We got Yayo. We got Yayo running up yesterday. Kind of came back down though. We got Ruby. MTCH. All right, guys. So yeah, that's the news I have right now. We can look at the overall market news, which I think everybody's going to kind of know what it is. But I can go over it real quick. ACHV. No, it was a different one yesterday. I can't remember what it was yesterday, but it was one yesterday that was actually tradable for me. I might have to go back and look at my watch list, but it was one that was actually tradable for me yesterday, but it was a cheap stock, so I could trade it, but it wasn't an expensive stock. Oh, we have MU. I forgot about it. MU. Huge gap up for MU. Let me look up this one as well. I forgot about this one. This wasn't the one I was talking about though, but huge gap up for MU. I know, I'm just kind of toying with you guys. But anyway, so MU up after the company reported better than expected first quarter sales results. So better than expected sales results for MU, positive first quarter results. We'll see what happens with it. This is one that kind of follows AMD, and AMD kind of follows it because they're both in the same microchip sector. And so we're going to keep an eye on this one too to see what happens. And yeah, I'm going to watch this one for sure. It's usually one of my main watches. ZFGN. I don't think it was ZFGN. I think ZFGN is too cheap for me. It was a more expensive stock than that though. Man, I can't remember what it was. Like I said, somebody help me out here. Maybe it was MLHR. No, it wasn't. But MLHR is down, man. Look at that. Might have been MARM. Yeah, it was. It was MARM. See, it wasn't this one, though, because I'm talking about one that actually gapped up in pre-market. But with that said, MIRM is tradable, and this is probably one that's on my watch list. Even just on the chart from yesterday, what do we see here? We do see somewhat of a triangle pattern here. It depends on whether you want to call it a triangle or a flag. The main difference between the two, if you don't really understand, the main difference between a triangle and a flag pattern is that a flag pattern has a pole that runs up a little bit early before the triangle. A triangle pattern is usually just a triangle without a pole. And so I don't know what you want to call this, but we do have basically some consolidation of support and resistance. And we'll see if we get a breakout here at the open. We do see that big move yesterday, huge move, one of those parabolic moves that we usually get in the market during the winter. And so we'll see what happens. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, Douglas. Appreciate that, bro. What's up, Charles? What's up, brother? Charles, you see my win yesterday, bro? I made my win, man. I scaled up in size, dude. I did it. No, sorry, man. I'm losing my voice a little bit this morning. Excuse me. But yeah, I scaled up in size. We still got a little bit of time. I'm still trying to figure out what the stock I traded yesterday was. It was a cheap stock. It wasn't an expensive stock. I'll have to go back in time and look at it, but SBGO. I mean, the way I can actually find it is simply to go back to yesterday's. If I go back to yesterday's stream, I could just watch yesterday's stream and see what was on my scanners yesterday. Is all I gotta do. Let me do that real quick. I think it was SLDB. Yeah, it was. It was SLDB is what it was. This is the one that was moving yesterday. So it was SLDB. And honestly, I'm just now noticing, but I was absolutely right about this one, man. What I talked about yesterday was it breaking under this previous closing price and then just washing out. And I mean, that's what we got all day. We got a lot of bounces back to it that I could have shorted into. So that's what we got yesterday. Really solid. Another one that moved really good yesterday was Netflix. Look at these VWAP bounces. And remember, guys, when we get the setup for a VWAP bounce, what we get a lot of the time is we get a cross over the VWAP. That's one of the first things I look for. You can see the cross over the VWAP, the pull back to the VWAP, which is where I would short, and then a nice little spike up there. You can see you're supposed to enter these right around here on these pullbacks, and then just ride them up. So that looked actually really good for Netflix. Gonna watch that one today for sure. There he is. We got Mitch in here. My bad, Mitch. Just not seeing you in there. I mean, JB says, don't you journal? I do. And guess what? You're in my journal right now, bro. All my videos are public, man. Every trading day I ever have is public, man. It's actually kind of weird to think about, but yeah, man, I do journal, and you're watching it right now, bro. Alright, let's get Mitch in here. Let's get Mitchy Mitch in here. Old man Mitch, I'm going to start calling him, man. Old man Mitch, you know. Mitch turned 57 yesterday, guys, so make sure to wish him a happy birthday. 57, you know, he's getting up there. Yeah, I can vaguely hear you, bro. Hold on, let me turn the music down. Yo, what's up, man?
Got that AA ARP card in the
Right,
mail.
man. Getting that senior card soon, man. You know, wish him good luck. 57, man. I'm about to anytime I go to a movie, I'm gonna go with Mitch so I can get a discount. You know.
Swag.
Yeah, you know, flexing.
Might fall asleep, but
flexing on everybody, man. You know. All right, what's up, Mitch? How you doing, bro?
man, I saw you showing off a gap and give me some Pepto-Bismol chart.
Oh, you looking at SLDB, huh? SLDB, huh?
That's when you wake up and you just notice, oh, I feel good. Oh, a couple hours later, oh no.
Right. Oh man.
Oh no.
Yeah, guys. Okay, look, I will say this. I'm joking about Mitch's age. He is not 57. He is younger. Mitch is younger than me. He's a little pup out in the world. You know, experiencing the world for himself. Just a little pup. You know.
Dude, I was loving the 57. They're gonna be like, man, this guy's 60 years old, probably has 30 years in the market.
Right, man. Hey, you know, putting out that new course. You know, buy the dip. You know, 30 years in the market veteran, Mitch. You know,
30 years in the market, and I'm still here trying to make $100.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Talk about consistency, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but his birthday was yesterday, but he wasn't 57. Yeah.
All right, bro, let's go ahead and let's run through some stuff. Let's run through some news. Got some earning reports, got some ratings. Let's look at some daily charts and see what we can find, see what we got here. All right, guys, so ratings, we can look at Cisco first, CSCO. We can pull the daily chart. You guys know how I love my daily charts. Dailies and weeklies. You can see that we had a big drive to 55. We pulled back towards the support of 45, and then now have started bouncing back. The rating was from equal weight to overweight to a rating of $53. So I think what you can look for is at least a little push towards the 49 area, 48 area. That's what I'm going to be looking for today. We'll see what happens here. It is running really small range stock here, so wait for it to kind of get the momentum. We did get 2.5 million shares at the close. I think that's going to be very important. We've got 2.5 million shares at the close, so look for that 46.75 to hold. That's probably where they got in. All right, let's continue on. One that I'm going to bring up that got an upgrade today is J&J. That's Johnson & Johnson, getting 2 upgrades in 2 consecutive days. If you look at the daily chart on this one, everyone was concerned when they had that kind of scare of the talc powder again, and then separate testing said that there really wasn't anything there. So what we see here is another drive up towards the 52-week high. And you can see this stock is really pushing, has a huge range. You look at the top and bottom of Johnson & Johnson, we're talking about from 127s to 144s. That's a big range there, guys. So let's see what happens on that one, getting some upgrades there. And one of them was really bullish, guys. Barclay upgraded this one from 140, so right about here near the top, to 173. So they're looking for a big time breakout of this stock. All right, guys, gonna go ahead and continue. Another one that I'll take a look at is Gold, GOLD. This is Barrick's Gold Corporation. The reason I like this one is not only just because it got a rating upgrade, but the overall sector, gold and copper haven't been doing that bad for the year. I mean, if you look at this chart at the bottom, that's the beginning of the year was down here at the low, and so we've been pushing pretty significant amount for the year. We have this strong bottom here at 1167, and now we're up there towards $18. The reason I like this one a lot is because it's been moving and has rumors of supposedly maybe buying out this stock, FCX, which is a copper stock. It's called Freeport McMoran, and they have a lot of mining assets that can be interesting for the gold. That gold kind of ETFs, which is owned by Barclay. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm really bullish on these two stocks. That's FCX and Gold. I like their daily charts, like the way they're turning around here. All right, so let's keep moving on here. Let's get into some earnings, guys. I can see everyone's really excited about MU. We can go into Micron first if you guys want. I know that it's kind of more the kind of the bigger one of the day, but I don't mind going straight into it. Let's go straight into it. Daily and weekly chart shows a breakout past $50. You can see this downward trend line from the weekly that we broke out of here at 50. I think that's going to be vital to it now that we're getting above there. 55 is going to be a key point. If we can hold 55, we could possibly make a run towards 60. All right, so MU gained on Thursday after the chip makers said it was optimistic that the fiscal second quarter earnings would likely mark a bottom. One of the things that happened here is their base case assumption on which all projections are assumed had a lot to do with the conditions of macroeconomic conditions and trade-related developments. But what they really did see is they saw in DRAM. DRAM is kind of the memory chip, guys, and there has been a strong recovery in the second half of the calendar 2019. Our views of the calendar industry bit demand growth has increased to approximately 20%. So what they're showing you here, guys, is there was really a scare for MU's major business. One of their major businesses is that they specialize in DRAM and NAND memory chips. So DRAM being a dynamic random access memory, which is a type of memory commonly used in PCs and servers. So that was really the main concern here, guys, was that the price of that was getting way too high and the demand was dying out. But really what we saw here is everyone bought it up and they're still buying RAM. We still need it. I don't know about you, John. I could use some.
I need it, man. This is for me, man. I'm still running on 12 gigs.
Yeah, and we
RAM
need it
for all. I got 3 huge monitors. I've got OBS, Thinkorswim, Trade Ideas, TAFS, Zoom. I want to say Internet Explorer, but Microsoft Edge. I've got all of those running at one time right now on 12 Gs.
I mean, we can go back into MU. One of the things to always understand is kind of the stories of stocks. This is one of the things I really love, is trying to understand the story and what the idea, what the board members are thinking, and what's really going on with the background of the stock. So MU really faced a lot of pressure when the Huya ban happened, the Huey ban from China, that telecommunication, because they were a big part of their business. They sold a lot of their chips to them, so this actually was a really negative impact, and they were really worried about how negative of an impact this was going to have on Micron, this was going to have on AMD, on Nvidia, on big tech stocks. But what happened is we turned around. That ban really didn't hurt these companies as bad as everyone predicted. And then these stocks were still able to create a profit and still able to keep going up on their margins. And that's what really matters in the end of most companies. You can have a background stories, but there's nothing like the numbers, and the numbers are still showing upsides in the tech industry. All right, guys, so switching off of MU here. I'm going to go into some of the other earnings, the lesser important ones. We can go into Darden Restaurant. They actually lowered on Q2 earnings and reaffirmed guidance. Shares were trading lower after second quarter reporting. You could look at DRI, that's Darden's Restaurants. What I really saw here was a guidance brought down. Growth was expected to be 6.3%, and now they're saying that it's going to be 5.3%. So a whole percentage point down. It's really going to hurt the stock. This one has a big time support underneath it at this level where it broke out from at 109.75. So I'll look for it to get down towards that 109 today and look for it to crack towards 100. All right, another one we can take a look at is Rite Aid. Rite Aid is like CVS, guys. CVS also getting hit because of this. You look at RAD, which is Rite Aid. This not a RAD chart. You know, this isn't the coolest chart to look at. Whenever you see stocks just completely just giving out. I mean, when you think about this one in 2017 was still $150 stock. Ever since then, guys, it's gone down for 2 years now. Completely down 2 years. Went down at the beginning of this year, was at $20, and now it's all the way down to $10. Any spike in this can probably be said to be investors taking profits. So this is one that I would have to wait. I would never trade a chart like this bullish unless it gets back against weekly resistance, which would be up here at $20. I would need it to be up there 18, 19, looking to break through 20 for me to even trade this on the long side. I'm going to be just ignoring this stock. It moves really tight, as you've seen for the whole year. Big float. We've been between $8 and $10. Even though this one is a cheaper stock, everyone thinks that cheaper stocks are easier to trade. This is actually not easier to trade.
Yeah, for sure.
This has a tight range and bounces within itself. Like, look at these spikes. These are $2 spikes that goes straight up, straight down. Those are what we call range trap plays. Yep. They just trap you in the range. You probably get stopped out 3, 4, 5 times on these stocks before you get a good momentum push.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Rite Aid, I never really like trading it. It's just too. You'll see these stocks sometimes that just have a huge float in a small range, and they'll gap up on good earnings, but a lot of the time they'll still stay pretty stagnant and just tight, and it's very difficult to trade. If you are going to trade them, you got to take big size, which racks up more commissions for me. It's just not really my style of trading. But if it sets up perfectly, I might consider it, but it needs to be like an A++ setup in order for me to really want to get involved.
So in the consumer defense sector, we have this one reporting CAG. This is CAG. They brand EPS beats and beat on revenue. So you got 2 beats here and kind of raising on that beat. You saw this daily chart. It had a really negative move from 35 down towards 20, bounced back towards 30, gave us a flag here. Nice little pennant here that it broke out of. This is what you want to see kind of it break down from if you were looking for the short. So I would never short this stock until it breaks down this 27.24, because I want the stock to get down in the 25s. And shorting up here at the 30s, you can instantly do what it did today. Just pushed up towards the resistance, and now it's hanging out up here at the top, which is near that resistance from May. So it nears that 31.29 to 32s, and it can push up and probably get all the way up towards this next resistance, which is up here at 33.22. You can draw a line from here, draw the bottom, and see that come towards that area. All right, guys, so that's a CAG. All right, let's keep moving here. Last 2 stocks to look at is going to be talking about I'm going to talk a little bit about Workhorse. Workhorse starting to move back. I like this one on the daily chart. It's actually on our gappers chart, WKHS. Workhorse is starting to move back, guys. This is one of those kind of cheaper stocks that I've been looking at for a long-term play. My friend actually knows a lot more about this one, but I've been watching it as it grows. It's kind of the electronic trucking industry. It's trying to be the Tesla here in the trucking industry and actually compete with Tesla. So one of the things I know about this one, it's been getting a lot of contract talk. It's been pulling up on the daily chart, had a breakout towards $5, really held this 250 really well. Now we're breaking above $3. I'll look to see if this one can continue up there to 368, but this one is tradable on TradeNet. So definitely take an eye on it. I'll keep watching it on the long term, as this is a penny stock essentially that has been really breaking out over a dollar and now has been really holding its trend. So that's going to be it for me for the news, guys, today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any other charts you guys want to see broken down or any news, let me know.
Yeah, man, it should be an interesting day. Without touching too much on politics, if we can, what do you think about the impeachment news?
Well, I mean, it's kind of predicted news. It's
Everybody
whenever,
knew.
yeah, exactly. Whenever something's already kind of, let's say, probability is on the side that it will happen. Let's say 80% chance of it happening. The market usually has a tendency of pricing it in.
Right.
And if we look at the SPY, you know, we saw all-time highs, right? And then what are we seeing at the top here? We could see what's called a shooting star. A shooting star is a really negative daily candle here. If we got this candle to kind of close out here near the top of the candle here, 319s, it doesn't really go past this 319, doesn't go up to 320s, then turns around, maybe goes and heads towards 318s, we could start getting a turnaround, a pullback. We've had a huge run in the last 3 months. Big time run. I mean, you can go back. I looked when we broke out at 300 last time, and I said this looks like it's heading towards that 320. It just seemed like the magnet number, and that's what we were getting to. We're right there at 320. I think this is going to be very vital. Whenever you get negative news towards the top of the stock market, usually you get a pullback. Doesn't mean we're going down. Doesn't mean we're going into recession. Just means we could get a pullback. Another thing to pay attention to, I think, is it's not necessarily the impeachment news. It's how China's going to react to the impeachment news.
Right.
I really don't care how America reacts. America doesn't really change anything right now.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, elections aren't until next year.
Right.
So if you want to focus on that, that's fine. I think that's kind of like the thing that you'll see on CNBC today. The focus will be on impeachment, but really economists are going to be focusing on how's China going to react to this news.
Yeah,
because if
sure.
China reacts negatively towards this news, like really bad negatively, then we can really get a hit in the market. Because at the end of the day, I think the market's more concerned about trade talks than who's the president of the United States.
100%. And I think, like I said, if you don't understand the politics, you might be like, oh man, Trump got impeached. And he is only the third president in history to get impeached. But with everything being split, he is not going to leave office. You know, he's not going to leave office. He's going to stay in. They're not going to remove him from office. They might conduct an investigation, but I think it's actually going to go pretty quick. And I think the biggest impact that this is going to have is going to be on the 2020 election. Like I said, I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't be impeached. I'm just saying that they're not going to make him step down. You know, they're just not. And you know, I think you want to understand that as well.
Put it this way, Vegas hasn't changed their odds today because of the impeachment. Just an idea.
Right.
And you know, and they actually kind of look at a lot of kind of things, and one of the things is a lot of people are still betting that Trump will be president and reelected.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see what happens, you know. At the end of the day, what matters, guys, is economic data right now and trade talks. Those are the two that I would say are major economical impacts. Impeachment is only going to impact us if it negatively impacts us in trade talks. I've been talking about it. You know, impeachment definitely brings a negative sentiment, but you need, whenever there's negative sentiment, what do we need? We need either negative economical data to back it, or we need the stronger catalyst to take control here, which is the trade war.
Yep. Hey, appreciate the sub today. Terms and conditions.
I think that's kind of just as simply put, because if China comes out here and says, okay, well, we were gonna do trade phase one, but now that Trump's impeached, we'll pull it back. stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that is what really can negatively affect the market, because I think the market already priced in this phase one deal. That was a $20 breakout.
I'll be right back.
And if phase one was this $20 breakout and then we don't get phase one, we could look for this to pull back towards 300 for the long term. I think 300 is going to be a line in the sand between the bulls and the bears for the overall market now. At 300, we faced it 3 times and finally got above it. And once we got above it, we broke out with some good volume. We are seeing volume slow down here. If you look at the weekly chart on the SPY, you see the volume slowing down. We need to see volume pick back up, but it would need to get up there to 600 million shares traded on the weekly, and we're not getting that. So let's see when we get that again.
Yep. All right, so we have a few questions in chat. One of them is, I'm not from the U.S., have no idea. Is he guilty? I don't know, honestly. There's a lot of different sources. There's a lot of secondhand evidence. I'm not sure whether he's guilty or not. I'm not saying whether he is or isn't either. Like I said, I think it's fairly easy to predict what's going to happen, which even before this, even a week or two ago, it was fairly easy to predict the House was going to impeach him. The Senate's not going to make him step down.
I think the problem here, guys, is and why everyone's like guilty or not guilty, is that a lot of people are looking at this like it's kind of like let's say a crime that's written in black and white, where you're either on the fence that you're guilty or not guilty. This is actually a judgment of opinion here, and that's really what the battle is here. It's a judgment of opinion. Trump feels he did nothing wrong. Everyone else feels, the people that impeached him feel that he did do something wrong. That's what it is. It's perspective. And if you look at the legalities and kind of the Constitution, that's when you can get into guilty or not guilty. But at the end of the day, it's going to be interpretation of the Constitution. Right. So whenever it's an interpretation of it, it's based on opinion. So that's what we always have to.
It's a subjective thing, is what it is. It's a subjective thing. I think that's what
people are not they're kind of wanting it to be black and white. They're wanting it to be like where you shoplifted from the store. There's nothing to do about that. You left the store, you shoplifted. That's just simply put, right. And it's not like that. It's not like that where we can just go to him and put the cuffs on. Yeah, that's not what it's about here.
I see some people in the chat kind of asking questions. So basically what Mitch is saying is that it's just like any other trial, right? Where the outcome is going to be interpreted in a subjective way. You can try to be as objective as you can, but when people are giving their opinion on it, that is automatically subjective. And that's basically what we're saying, is that the outcome is going to be subjective. Whether or not he gets convicted of it is subjective. We're not saying
even once he gets convicted of it, it was still a subjective opinion of an overall view.
Right.
It could be from a majority, but at the end of the day, it's still an opinion.
Right. Specifically about whether it is an impeachable offense. That's the subjective part. You could say he did or didn't do it, and that's fine, but whether what he did was considered an impeachable offense is the subjective kind of gray area, and that's what you got to understand. So like I said, I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't, whether he is or isn't. I just know the Senate is not going to make him step down because they are all Republican, and so they're not going to make him step down. This was fairly easy to predict. If you guys heard me on stream about a week and a half ago, I was literally saying, that what was going to happen, and this is what happened.
Yep. Like I said, guys, to me, I don't really pay attention towards necessarily non-impeachment. I only pay attention to the bigger economical factors. I try to ask myself, what is more important here, guys? What is the market viewing? Because the market doesn't view necessarily country or just United States. It views overall world environment, and world environment has to do a lot right now with what? trade talks. That's where really the focus is, guys. Don't lose that focus on trade talks. Pay attention to European trade talks. Pay attention to the Chinese trade talks. Those two are the biggest ones right now that we're kind of battling with right now. It's either battling with the EU or battling with China. And at the end of the day, guys, if we do not get these things done, the market will not keep going on the drive. If we do get these things done, the market's not going to care who's president if we get trade deals done. Right. I can tell you that right now.
It's all business, you know.
It's business, guys.
Yeah. Like I said, I see some people getting upset in the chat. I'm not saying whether he should or shouldn't be impeached. I'm just saying, I'm telling you what's gonna happen, and that.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. We don't want to go into opinions, but what we're trying to do is trying to get you guys to focus on the importance of what is out there, and the fluff that's behind, and kind of what's actually factual and important to the market.
Right, and it is what it is. I mean, politics is so divisive, and I think if you follow politics, sometimes you just got to take a step back and say, okay, what are these people's agendas here on both sides, and both sides. I don't like either side, I'll say that, and so I just kind of take a step back and say I'm just not gonna follow either side. Say I'm putting my head in the sand, that's fine, but you know, I'm just gonna stay out of it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Should be a fun day. I'm questioning, if we look at the SPY here, the SPY's actually been kind of dull the last few days. If we look at this, I mean, looking at a 1 minute chart is just hard to look at for the SPY. And just like I said yesterday, I don't know if anybody caught this, but yesterday I drew out this range right here. I drew out this range, and look how close it actually followed this range. See, even yesterday, it stayed within that range. It tested the highs twice. It's just kind of stuck in this range, guys. And so, again, I'm still kind of the same way, which is that we'll see what happens. We'll see if the SPY or the overall market can break over this 320 level or under this 319. Really, it's 319.20. But see whether the market's going to break, past that range, because it's been in that range for a few days now. That's what Mitch was talking about on the daily chart. Like, if you look at the daily chart and you look at the range I drew out, we got to wait for it to break this to see any type of significant moves. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's the big thing now, is just whether the SPY is going to be volatile. You can see my account is at a beautiful $2,359.59 in profit. So I'm roughly just under $2,400 in profit. That will allow me to take some bigger swings. I'm going to try to go with 500 plus shares from now on. And that should be enough. Maybe set a max loss. What do you think is a reasonable max loss with this much profit, Mitch? Like $250, $300?
So I think it really goes back to like I've been trying to. We always have to have two different time frames of trading, right? So we need to look at the time frame that we're making in the afternoon. Try to determine what would be a volatile share count, because if we're doing scalping in the afternoon, let's say if we were just kind of keeping it simple, let's say we're using 1,000 shares and we're targeting 10 cents and we're risking 10 cents. So a lot of the times that's going to be $100 of risk, right? So that's what I would try to look at as my risk also for the morning time, because I always want to have a probability of maybe I mess up the morning, but I do good in the afternoon.
Like yesterday.
Or maybe I do good in the morning and I do good in the afternoon. Right. And then I really take a two-step up. And so you always have to have an ability to take a step up and take a step down. The way we do that is we need to control the risk management. So I would look at, if I was doing 1,000 shares in the afternoon, risking 100 shares, the maximum position I would use towards the open would be 500. Because if I use that 500 shares, I'm able to double my risk, increase the risk, give myself more range, but at the same time, keep the same risk in dollar point. And so this is very important to your trades, because later on, if you're taking your scalp trade, it's a different mentality, but at the same time, you're still using the same risk. Guys, it's always about risk management in the end. If you're not using risk management, you won't win this game.
There's the bell. Yeah, for 100%. And I think that's a good idea. I think I'll probably try to keep my morning first hour risk of like maybe $75. We'll see though.
And that's it. And then once you get to that limit, you get out and you can try an afternoon trade. And that's fine.
AMD spiking up here. We are getting a spike up in AMD. It's up to 42.74. We are getting a move in the SPY, and the overall market's pushing up a little bit. Rite Aid's spiking up some. We do have Netflix running up some as well. So from what I'm seeing, most stuff except for MU is running up. MU's dropping, but everything else is actually green right now. RAD, AMD, CGC, the SPY, Roku, Tesla, Netflix. Everything's up from what I see.
All right, guys. Really quickly, just wanted to call it out. Yeah, Ryan, congratulations, man. You can take advantage of right at the open to say a negative comment. Good job.
Who?
That's why you'll be banned. Goodbye.
Who? Maybe I gotta put the other chat on because I don't see any Ryan. Oh. What'd he say? I'm curious.
He just wanted to hate. Oh, my stream sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, bro.
Keep hating, brother. You know.
Wait 300 seconds and stay in our stream for us if we suck so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, regardless, I mean, people, he's just butthurt, man. Let him be butthurt, man. He'll be all right.
Oh, I laugh about it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter. You know, people are
right,
going to hate. We say we're not experts. We say we're not gurus.
Calling out. There's a lot of shares in Fate, guys. A lot of shares. This one has slowed down on the daily chart, but it just got 160,000 shares. Yeah, 160,000 shares.
MU just reversed. Is that the one you were? Which one did you just call out?
No, I was talking about Fate.
Okay.
FAT.
Yeah, check out MU. Pulled a red to green. AMD very strong right now.
AMRN going up there a little bit.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, Mitch and I, one of the good things about Mitch and I's approach to everything is that we don't have any pressure. Because, like, we tell people we're not experts, we're not gurus, we don't sell a course. And so people can say whatever they want. They could say we suck. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because we don't have any pressure on us. And if you like watching us, that's great. If not, you don't have to watch us. You know?
Exactly.
Roku just crashed down. We'll see what happens. I'm looking at AMD for a possible bounce, but I do think I'm going to try to be a little bit more patient in the mornings. I think the last 3 days specifically, I've been very active in the morning, and it's kind of hurt me, kind of caused me to maybe get a little emotional later on in the day. And while that emotion helped me take that huge win yesterday,
AMRN like a rocket right now. If that one pulls back to VWAP or pulls back towards 2025, I might take a shot. Just extended about 75 cents up. 25 cents from the breakout.
Yeah, you know you're getting
75
somewhere.
cents from the bottom.
You know you're getting somewhere when the haters slime out. Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know how it is.
I'd rather have haters than not have haters.
I just laughed how he took the 1 second that the open to open because we know that we weren't going to be paying attention to the chat to throw it there.
Not getting by today. No, sir. Mitch is on it, man. Mitch is on that,
I was laughing. I was like, bro, are you for real? Like,
you're trying to sneak it by us, bro? We got you. Yeah.
Like, at least if you said something, like, real, like, oh, I don't like how these guys trade. All right, well, I mean, okay, well, you don't like cool. That. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, but if you're just going to say, oh, your stream sucks, then why the hell are you here?
Yeah, good one, bro. Good one, man.
Go watch someone else.
Like I said, bro, it's great, though. It really feels good. And you know what feels good, guys? It feels good to not have that pressure. I'm sure if I sold a course, that would be actually very stressful for us. Mm-hmm. And it's not stressful because, like I said, we don't have anything we got to prove to anybody because we don't sell a course. We could do whatever we want. We could lose $1 million and just be like, you know, oh, well, you know.
Yeah, all I do is trade, guys.
Yeah.
All I do is win.
AMD with the VWAP bounce, starting to consider it. I don't know, it's kind of faked me out the last few days, and if I get in here, it's basically betting that the stock's going to continue in a trend. And so, I don't know, we'll see what we get. Maybe take a few hundred shares if it pulls back.
EMPH breaking out there, guys. EMPH pushing. Big resistance above it at 26.10. 26 is a big support underneath it now.
AMD pulling back some. I'm going to buy 200 shares here. Just jump in with 200 shares in AMD. See if we get a quick spike up to like 85 or so. Hey, appreciate it, Rich. Rich says, I don't even trade stocks. I enjoy listening to y'all. Hey, thank you, brother. That's when you know our content's good, man. We got people that don't even trade stocks listening to us, man.
MU turning south there, guys. 54.35 support approaching now.
All right, we did get this nice breakout in AMD. I only have 200 shares, so I'm going to sell half here and then just ride on the rest. See if we get that high of the daybreak. But nice, beautiful, perfect bounce here on AMD. We're going to let the last little bit work, see if we get a few more moves here. Bank a little bit of profit. Look at Rite Aid, man. Let's see what happens with that one, too. Ah, man, look at that turnaround here. Dang it, AMD. Just hold your gains, bro. Hold your gains, man. I guess it's a baby size, but gonna look at MU. See if we get a pullback there. What's up, Mr. Glitch? What's up, man? Yeah, AMRN's what I made that big gain from. I was talking about it yesterday. I was talking about it earlier today, Mitch, about how the tides have changed. You know, I go from saying AMRN is dead to me, I'm never gonna trade it again, to having the biggest win I've ever had on it. So, you know, feels good, man. Feels good. I used to hate AMRN too.
Watching EMPH right now, looking good for a VWAP bounce potential. Also looking for fade potential on Fate. Be right back, guys.
Later, bro. There we go. There's 87s. I'm going to sell half here and then just ride the rest for a breakout if I get it. I'm just going to move on, see what else we can find right now. I'm looking at MU for a pullback. Rite Aid's pulling back right now, so we can consider that one. Beautiful bounce play on AMD, though. We do have this resistance up here that it looks like I drew out yesterday for AMD. Looks like, yeah, this resistance was drawn yesterday. Looks like this was actually my risk level yesterday. I'm going to just get out here and then maybe add some more if it pulls back. Just move on. Alright, I got to take more than 200 shares, depending on the range, of course, though. If I do get in. I don't know, man. I'm not really much of a fundamental investor. Looking at the future of it, we'll see, but, you know.
Alright, guys, liking EMPH here.
Maybe I got out of this one too early, but
look for a dip here to 96, 97s.
Tesla pulling back too. Yeah, maybe I got faked out here in AMD. It is what it is. Made a little bit, but I'm looking at Roku, see if we get a pullback. Got my feet wet, first thing. Sometimes you just gotta take a trade.
Alright, watching AXSM come down towards the support. Alright, like an EMPH wants a little pullback here and I'll get long. Might not get the pullback, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at MU, see if we get a pullback to the view up there. What's up, Chris? What's up, man? Sucks when a small percentage of people. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it before. Most of the time, it's just insecurity, you know.
All right, there's a nice breakout there for EMPH. It just popped up there to 2612s. This was a really great VWAP bounce play. I wish I would have gotten in this one, guys. Took that bathroom break a little too early.
It happens, man. It happens,
Yeah,
bro.
I liked it here at VWAP, and then when it got up to 26, I was looking for 97s, 98s to get in there, and now we're breaking out towards the high. This is exactly the VWAP bounce play and how it works.
I'm looking at Roku here. If Roku pulls back to the VWAP, it's actually got the previous closing price right below it, which gives me a good risk level. Maybe I missed out on AMD. It squeezed up another 10 cents or so, but I took most of the win, I think. The SPY is kind of testing the VWAP. It's pulling back a little bit here after kind of ripping up at first, and so we're going to watch that too, but I don't know. We'll see if we get a pullback.
Looking for a pullback in EMPH, but I don't think we're going to get it. There's 362,000 shares at 26.19. I always like to call out imbalances for you guys. That's an imbalance right there. A huge seller right there at 26.19. A little frustrating to miss that bounce, but just gotta let it go. Bounce play was quite beautiful there.
There goes MU. I want to say I missed MU, but it just never quite got back to my VWAP. You know, if you look at MU, I was waiting for the fade, pulling back here, and you could see it had a, 10-cent difference from the VWAP and where it pulled back to. So it is what it is. Just going to move on. SPY is bouncing up here, so we might get a few other bounces. AMD pulled back quickly, too, for another bounce, it looks like. Yeah. CTC looks like it's going to pull a red to green move. SPY looking strong, bouncing up, testing those highs now. What did Tesla end up doing? Tesla's too choppy and sideways. And this has been a struggle with me lately. I usually have good results trading Tesla. Not really in the last 3 days or so.
Looking right fate to come back to VWAP. Did that touch your VWAP?
Which one?
Fate. That one looks so good, but it just missed my VWAP by 5 cents.
No.
No, I didn't touch it.
No, okay. I missed mine by 5 cents. The highest it went was 31. My VWAP at the time was at like 39, 40.
Yeah. I really like that one. That one looks like it's breaking down hard, but
yeah, it's alright. I might look for AMD pullback here. Right here.
Yeah, this EMPH holding way too much at the top here. I would love to grab it for the breakout through the 19 with that big seller there, but can't touch it.
I just jumped in with 200 shares of AMD again. I'm just going to look for the same type of play. Quick spike up to the 90 level. Entry looks like it's about at 80. Maybe I should have taken bigger size. I have the room too. Ones here. I'm gonna add another 100 here. Try to take bigger size, and we'll see. Looking for a quick bounce with 300 shares now. Can set this level as my risk at 73 or so. Threes. 51s. We might get a breakdown. Like I said, I like the risk I have though on this one. It's a very easy risk. It's just the low of that previous move down here. Very easy risk. And I think one of my issues lately has been really following the right risk levels per the chart, and so I think I've been getting scared out quickly, you know, a few different times. And so I think that one of the biggest things I need to do is work. I think with this new cushion that I have in this account, it's going to actually allow me to hold it to my proper levels without being as worried about it as I was, considering the profit I now have. And so I think that's going to be a huge plus as well. It's just the fact that I can actually hold it to my levels if need be, without really being too concerned. Nice little bounce so far. Not bad. Ah, see, I went right up to that same level I documented yesterday. See if we get a rip over it. This is a big resistance level. It's got to break this 87. Oof. One of the big problems now, actually, though, is that the market just recently, in the last 2 minutes, just pulled down. And so I do got to watch that. Still about break even, though. I really don't like this, because this just means some selling pressure, and it confirmed this level here at 87, too. So it just kind of makes it worse for me. We need that to break, and we need these levels down here to hold. But still too early to really tell. CGC is actually spiking up. There's the red to green move I called out over 1996. Yeah. Unfortunate, this got rejected. And now we got this range right here, though, between 77 and 87, and so I think waiting for that range to break is going to be indicative of what's going to happen. This range right here. And so we can wait for that range to break. You know, I think we'll be all right.
There's a beautiful breakout in the EMPH, guys. Now up there to 2632s. Called out that 26 entry. That thing's up there now to 2640s. Great VWAP bounce play. You know, I took my eye off of it. It actually even bounced again. So definitely a good play. Missed that one. Should have taken this trade at 2605s. Risk off of the 2590s.
I'm in AMD for a bounce play. There's 16s. 7s. See if we get that break. I don't want to see a rejection here. I guess that's what I'm worried about, is just it getting rejected. There's 88s. 89s. I'm gonna take half off here. Gonna hold this this last little remaining bit. See if we get a move up to the highs of the day. Maybe up here. Gonna take another partial up at 96 if we can. Hey, appreciate it, Cola. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was a little bit of luck, a little bit of bad discipline yesterday, but I'll take it. I'll take what I can get with it. Of course, I'd like to be like, yeah, I made 1,400 bucks and I just did it because I'm just the greatest trader ever. But I actually think I made a lot of mistakes, and I took too much risk, to be honest. And so you'll see that a lot, where I have a big win, but I'm not really happy with it because I broke some rules. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. We're going to see what AMD does here. We're going to get a move, try to get it up to 42.95. Can hold the rest break even if I really want to here on AMD. Let's see what else we got. MU is right at the VWAP now. like I said, we really need this level to hold its support now at 87. It keeps testing it and getting rejected, and this was the big level that we've been watching. So still too early, and I mean, I can hold the rest break even and not be super worried about it, but we would love to see this breakout and a move up here, which is where, if we can get a move up here, this is where I want to take profits, right here. I've already taken profits once, and so no matter what it does here, I'll be fine, but I'd love for it to continue, obviously. Look at MU, man. MU's right at the VWAP. I kind of want it, but I'm already in a trade. I'm not going to take another one right now. I'm still trading small, though, man. And this is what happens. Like, I don't know why I trade so small on stream. I'm going to start taking some swings on stream, guys.
Just a little frustrated over here. Not really finding charts after that EMPH. So just gotta take a little breather.
Yeah, I'll definitely put out a video on it, Cola.
Definitely chose the wrong time to take a restroom break.
Yeah, remember, bro, misses are gonna happen. You know, there'll always be other trades better, and just hang in there, man.
Yeah, now I'm just at the point where there's really no trades. If I take a trade right now, they're all doing their moves already. I'm too late. So
it's still early. It's only 20 minutes in, bro. We got time. You got this, bro.
Well, I have to give them a little time to reset up. So that's the problem. You have to be patient now. Everything in me tells me to take a trade now, but if I already know it. Take a trade right now. At this time, right here, I have to wait till after 10 now.
Yeah.
And so this is the timing thing. So if you get it right out the gates, and you get it the right way, you hit big wins. But if you wait a little bit past that time, you're gonna get into now the range play, and then that range play gets you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I don't mind going early. I don't mind getting in early, guys. Early is actually a good thing. You just have to limit the risk. Lower share size, understand that you're looking for bigger wins. So you limit the risk, and then when you get that big win, it makes up for it.
Right.
One that's breaking out really big, over 100 guys, is AXSM.
Oh man, I had that one on my list too.
Yep, read the green
AMD
move on that one.
That one did look nice. If it pulls back to the VWAP, the VWAP's going to be right around where that pre-market high is, and that's when I usually love to take bounces on that one. So I'll watch that one. It's just a huge range, though, man. On the day itself, it has like what, like a $11 range, just a huge range. I'm in AMD here, and you know, I'm also looking at MU, which there we go. There's the breakout that I wanted. I'm going to take another half off here. And then just hold these last little 75 shares, hopefully up to over 96 if we can get that breakout. Quick reversal back down, which is why I took profits there. Glad I got out of that first little baby. Partial right there. We'll give it some time, see if it breaks over 40. Or see if it breaks over previous highs. We want to see it hold support here. You see this big resistance level at 87. I actually drew that level yesterday. I think that was my risk level in a trade yesterday. And it's since confirmed that level numerous times. And so what we want to see now with AMD specifically is we want to see it hold this level of support. We want to see that level maintain and hold above that and continue pushing up so we can get these breaks. I mean, I've already banked a lot from AMD today. 100% accuracy with it so far today. And so, you know, I'm happy with that, but we're going to try to get a little bit more from it. What this is enabling me to do, though, is this is enabling me to take some bigger swings, build up a little bit of cushion later on in the day. And, of course, I'm not going to make a ton of money with this trade. But, again, it's giving me a big enough cushion here. If it breaks underneath 87, I'm going to get out. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to get out. But it's giving me a big enough cushion to not have to worry as much about my trades. And so another thing that I'm considering here with MU is that MU looks like a great fade. It looked like an overextended gap, and it looks like a great stock to trade a fade on. The problem is that I'm long in AMD, which is actually another microchip stock, and I don't really want to long one and short the other one, you know, because it doesn't make much practical sense. And so we'll see what happens, but I do like MU for the fade. I like the tight risk level at 54.71. And yeah, the problem is, though, I just didn't want a long AMD and short MU. But about $40 on the day. Like I said, it's not, you know, I had a few people that are like, oh, you only make money after the stream, or they say, oh, you only make money, you know, when no one's looking. And the problem is that, yeah, there goes MU with the fade. The problem is that my system doesn't really kick in, like, with regard to the time frame until around 10 o'clock my time, which is actually like around 11 o'clock market time. And so what you'll see me do a lot of the time on stream is just take some feeler trades. Sometimes I'll do well, sometimes I won't. And then I really start to take my swings later on in the morning. I've been trying to slowly transition to taking those swings more on stream because, again, I mean, like I said, trading on stream is extremely stressful. You know, it's very difficult to manage your emotions in trading in general, but especially when you have hundreds of people watching you, it starts to get real stressful real quick. And so, you know, with that said, I think it's pretty understandable. And again, like I said before, I think the good thing about not selling a course and about telling people that we're not experts and that we're not gurus is that we don't really have anything to prove to anybody. I mean, you know, we're not selling anything, you know, so people can watch us if they like us. They can not watch us if they don't, you know. We're going to look for AXSM to pull back some. I just got to figure out what the right shear size for that is. Kind of bummed out I did miss MU here, and AMD kind of ripped down, so it looks like I got out of that one at the right time too. What's up, Steve? What's up, Joe? Somebody said they like my sad song, so for them, this is for you. I'm going to play my sad song. I'm not losing, but yesterday when I was in a losing trade, it was either yesterday or the day before, I played my sad song, so here it goes. Just think about being in a losing trade and listening to this. You'd be the saddest person ever. It's actually a dope song, though.
Penny stock breaking out. I know.
Still waiting for MU to pull back, though. CGC is pulling back to the VWAP here. I also like the support underneath it. Maybe I'll add a little bit. Maybe I'll take a little position here on CGC for a bounce play. Alright, I'm in with CGC. Not the best feel. I guess it was the spread that got me this, but not the best feel in CGC. Risk level is going to be 71. Maybe. Yeah, 71. Maybe 72. Right around there. We do have the previous closing price right below me here with CGC, which is one of my favorite things about this trade. It might not work out. I mean, we're getting squeezed down pretty quick. But it's okay. Like I said, building up a cushion enables me to be able to do this. And so there's a nice little bounce up. There goes MU. I like the risk level in MU. Regardless of anything else, I like the risk level of that 70 point in MU. The risk level is very tight there and confirmed numerous times, and it kind of looks like a fake out fade, what we call a fake out fade at this point for MU. So I am watching MU as well. Waiting on CGC here. I know, the beginning was sad, though. The name of the song is Through the Hourglass. Is the name of the song, Through the Hourglass. Yeah. Alright, so there's CGC. I mean, my fill was bad, though, with this one, so I will say that. If we get the spread to clear out a little bit, it'll be much better for me. I'm going to take profits quick on this one, too, just because it's kind of spready and it hasn't been super favorable for me. But this is what I wanted to see, just a bad fill. Big spread, though, is really what caught me here, the spread. I think the range of CGC, unfortunately, was just a little bit, there's a little bit of slippage in there. I mean, I don't mind it, it's just my fill, you know, I got filled. Let me see what my average is. My average is 86, so yeah, my average is way up here. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I mean, it's just the spread. I could add a little bit to it here and then base my risk off of the 75 level now if I really wanted to. Try to get a bigger position with a little bit tighter risk, but we'll see. I kind of like the original risk level here at 72 as well. I know it is, you're right, it is moo. That's correct. That's the technical term for it, is moo. That's right. Mitch and I got a lot of stocks like that. We got the Plague, you know. There's a lot of ones like that. Alright, here's the time when I could add to CGC a little bit. The problem is that the ask price is at 85, and so by adding to it, I would only increase my average by 1 penny, and that's just not worth it for me. Unless that ask price can come down a little bit more, it's just not worth it.
I'm looking for a pop in the 70s for MU, but we might not get it. It might just reject here from the VWAP.
Maybe
Might be a little picky for not taking it there at the VWAP, but was looking for a bounce towards 69 and rejection off of that. I might not get it.
Yeah, I was looking at that one too. I'm going to be kind of bummed out if it fades down here too. I really like the risk level in that one of 70, of 54.70. It's confirmed.
Yeah, I actually wanted to reject off that resistance that you're holding to.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see it fake out to break out and then just get hit hard on the time and sales.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The best trade of the day so far, definitely that EMPH. I saw Momo do a really good fade. But those are one long, one short.
There we go. All right, like I said, I'm going to take half off here with CGC. It's just very spready stock, and so I'm going to take profits quick with this one. Get in and out very fast. I'm in with 100 shares. I've already taken profits, and so it's not going to be a losing trade. We'll see if we get the bigger breakout up to like 20.05. Another few bucks, but bounces have been working today for sure. Taking a few bounces. They've all been green.
Watching that Tesla. That looks good for you on CGC. I really did like that one. So
yeah, issue is
definitely a great play.
Biggest problem with it.
Yeah, it's just kind of hold to your bottom number.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
Yeah, we just need that bid
90,000 at the shares. At 50,000 at the top of it. If we can get another 50,000 shares to roll through here, I think we can get above 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the rest break even. I think, which is
I have no problem with that.
You know, which I think it's got some support there, but hopefully it rips up a test. The other big thing is the whole dollar of 20 is right above me. But yeah, it's like days like this is when I need to be scaling up in size, and for some reason I'm just, you know, it's like I usually do this, right, where I have a huge win and then I kind of act like a wimp the next day, which I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but I do think that this isn't my most favorable trading time, and so I do think that I should be taking a little bit risk adverse approach. All right, there we go. I'm out. Got out break even on the rest. Maybe got faked out there, but I'll take it. Oh man, I made $7 from CGC. I botched that trade, team. I completely botched that trade. That hurts me. It is what it is. I'll take it, I guess. But gotta be able to laugh at yourself, man. I made $7. Woohoo! Rich, you know. Good thing, no losing trades today. But man, I'm looking at Moo. I got you, Joe. I'm gonna start pronouncing it as that. I'm gonna just say I'm looking at Moo. There's the
Moo who?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Joe, but that's assuming that for Moo, that's assuming that we have that big of a range. You know, when I trade it, I'm mostly gonna scalp it. Another thing to consider though here is like, look at this upward trend line right here. This is like a big thing to consider. Is that this upward trend line right here, and it's followed that trend line to a T so far, and it's starting to look like an ascending triangle. Look at that. Look at that right here. So that is a possibility as well. Now, sometimes ascending triangles actually break down, but I do think people want to consider that with the MU. That's right, Eagles. Does the VWAP also show line of resistance? The VWAP is technically an intraday trend indicator, so it tells you that current day's short-term trend of the stock. Basically, if the stock is maintaining below the VWAP, it's in a downward current intraday trend, and if it's maintaining above the VWAP, it's in an upward or bullish current intraday trend. And so that's what I'm basically betting off of in trading when I trade the VWAP, is I'm trying to take advantage of trend confirmations. Basically bounces off of that to confirm a certain trend, whether it's on the upside for a VWAP bounce or the downside for a VWAP fade is really what I'm doing.
Alright guys, I'm gonna look to see if Tesla can bounce here. Tesla can bounce here up towards 460, 450. We could get short for a breakdown. Starting to look like it's breaking down there.
Which one?
Tesla.
Oh, dude, look at AXSM, bro. It did pull back to the VWAP, man. And the VWAP is also where the pre-market high is. Look at this. This is usually my favorite style of VWAP bounces. It is getting down there, man.
Looks good on the 15-minute.
Yeah. 98.90. It's just about, man, the range is so big, man. I literally got to take like 5 shares of this one to feel comfortable. Not 5 shares, maybe 10 shares.
Yeah, I would try to get it, if I could get it at 98. Risk maybe 50 cents. If it just ticks down underneath 99 there, it gets you 98.50s, 98.20s.
Yeah, I got it with 10 shares. I'm just going to add to it if it moves down to 98.90, and then take my swing using that pre-market high as my risk at 98.50.
Alright, watching Tesla gonna bounce here.
Hey, nice, Chris. Yeah, but the VWAP is technically an intraday trend indicator. So, like, if you go to Thinkorswim, for instance, like, look, if you go to Thinkorswim and you want to pull up the study of the VWAP, you go to Add Study, and then you go to Trend Studies, and then you go down to the VWAP. And so the VWAP is essentially a moving average with volume taken into consideration. And so another thing to consider is that the more the stock pushes above the VWAP, like this, the less volume is following it up. And sometimes volume will come in and increase it back up, but you have to think about it in that regard as well. And so what happens when the stock gets extended away from the VWAP, usually either two things are going to happen. The VWAP is going to start following it, which means volume's picking up, or the stock is going to pull back because volume's not there to accompany it. And so you want to think about it in that regard as well. You want to think about it in that way too. To trade with the VWAP, but technically it's an intraday trend indicator is what the VWAP is, and that's what I use it for successfully, is to determine that current intraday trend of the stock, see which way, see what kind of traders are in control of it, whether buyers or sellers. I mean, little 10 shares of AXSM are doing fine, but I guess I wish I could have taken bigger size. Man, why am I such a big wimp, guys? Everybody make fun of me, yell at me, tell me I'm a horrible trader. You know, tell me I'm a big whip, tell me I'm scared to take big size. You know, I need to hear it right now.
EMPH flipped there now. Now it's on the downside here.
Junior.
We keep an eye on that one.
Which one? ENPH?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the nice little bounce here for AXSM. I think I just got to do this a one and done trade. I'm not going to scale out of this, obviously.
Whenever at least I think one of the best things I do is if I don't feel I got the best entry, one and done.
Yeah, I'm out.
There's a reason why, guys. Because what happens is when you don't feel you got the best entry, if you look back, you're usually in the middle of the chart. Yeah. No one likes to be in the middle.
That's right. Make fun of me, guys. Call me a wimp. I need to hear it today, man. I'm trading small again. I have a $1,400 win yesterday, and now I'm buying 10 shares, man. What am I doing? That's what the mental side's what gets you in trading. It really does, man. That's the hard part.
There's a Tesla breakdown, guys. We did get a spike. I wanted to short into it, but I never got to 60. It only went up to 43 there. Once we broke 400, we went up there to 43s. I hope someone was able to nail that and started getting that process entry in Tesla. I'm still looking for it to bounce back here, but don't expect to get back above 400. If it does, I'll look for it to reject off of any of the highs, and I could short. Yeah. EMPH broke down there, looking for that one to bounce back there towards 26.18s. I'll take a short off of that.
Yeah, days like today are the days I need to scale up because I haven't had a losing trade. I'm 100% accuracy today, no losses. Traded 3 times, and so days like today are the days that I need to scale up, and you know I could just feel it. It's weird. It's like my worst days are the days I have the biggest gains, which are like I said earlier. I think I made a lot of mistakes yesterday, and if I continue in that way, I'm going to lose my account. If I continue in that way, if I trade like that every day, I'm gonna lose my account. And so I think that's part of why I'm kind of taking a step back, is I have to kind of reel in my emotions and get my mind right a little bit with regard to like risk management, you know. And so you'll see me trade small, but days like today are the days I'm the most accurate. And again, the reason most of my trades are working today is very simple. I've traded the same strategy 3 times in a bullish market, and I'm dip buying pullbacks to the VWAP for VWAP bounces, and you know I'm not being super strict with my reward target. I'm getting in and out quickly, having high accuracy, scalping some of these moves is all I'm really doing. Yeah, and AXSM, beautiful rip. I mean, I called this one out a while back, and just to show you guys, like this is what my video talked about, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, which was kind of the keys to the VWAP bounce, like what I've been using that makes the VWAP bounce successful. And one of the most important things, whoa, look at Tesla, guys. Tesla just ripped up to 401.50, man. Huge bounce off of the VWAP. Huge volume spike. Some kind of catalyst had to come out, I think, for this.
Nah, it's been traded all day long. It built up so much volume. 700,000 at the open. I was watching it. Once it rejected 400, it trapped shorts. Shorts got squeezed there at 413. And one of the big things is there's been a lot of option play in Tesla. And you think about it, it moved from 300, now it's above 400. It's a huge move.
You're right, for sure.
It's a huge move. I'm looking for a pullback here towards 460, 450.
But yeah, no, so what I was saying, guys, is that one of the biggest keys, my bad, Tesla kind of distracted me, but one of the keys to the VWAP bounce that I've been using. What's up?
I can't blame you.
Oh.
Big green candle.
Yeah. I mean, look at that thing, man. That thing was crazy. Anyways, one of the keys to the VWAP bounce that I've been using, guys, is this thing. Okay, I'm going to show you guys, and I talked about it in a recent video. But when the VWAP and the pre-market high are right around the same area to where I could use the pre-market high as my risk, and it's a little bit below the VWAP, that's going to give it a lot of support. Other traders are going to see that as well. They're going to say, okay, the stock is still above this pre-market high right here, and so that makes it have kind of a bullish sentiment even with this pullback. And then what happens is it just rips up, and so this is what I use, and it makes VWAP bounces surprisingly accurate, like ridiculously accurate. If you could just wait for moves like this with AXSM where the pre-market high lines up a little bit below the VWAP, it allows you to kind of, you know, get in, ride the spike up, and get out quickly. Hold on, team. Yeah, today's one of those days, guys, where stocks are just following trends, and that's what we need for VWAP strategies. I am going out of town today, and so I do have to leave in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to close the stream down then. Before I do that, if anybody wants to use the same platform that Mitch and I are using, I'll post this link. For the time being, they are having their Christmas sale going on, and you can get the intro package for only $3.75. It's a great deal because it's one of the ways new traders can get started for cheap. You know, I could buy 50 shares, you know, 20 shares, 10 shares, and my commissions are only like $3-4 for a round trip with those for those commission rates, and so very cheap. Also gets me around the PDT rule. I can day trade, I can short stocks with no PDT rule. Comes with the trading course, demo account, chat room access as well, and so that entire bundle is $3.75. Of course, we don't work for TradeNet, but we are an affiliate of them, and we do make a commission if you sign up through us. It's one of the ways we keep all of our content free and keep this channel free. And so if you want to help support our channel while using the same platform with no PDT, I'll post this link. And again, of course, I'm biased, but I think it's a great way that new traders can get started without risking very much. Because a lot of times, new traders will deposit thousands into a small account with a conventional platform, and they'll lose it because most new traders are just going to lose. And so this is one of the ways they can get started for less than $400, actually be able to day trade a funded account. And, you know, it comes with a lot of other stuff too. And so I think the bundle is great for new traders, and it just makes sense. So if you want to check that out, I'll post this link. Like I said, though, again, I'm biased, obviously, in their favor because I make a commission if you guys sign up. But I do appreciate anybody that does sign up through us. All right, later, Junior. Have a good day, brother. Later, man. Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know if me trading small like this is a good or bad thing. Part of me just wants to keep my profit from yesterday, but I also got to understand that I have so much room in this account now that with the sizing I'm planning on using, it's just, I'm not going to be risking my account, you know, really. And so I do got to trade bigger, and I got to stop being a big wimp. Hey, nice, JB. Nice, bro. Hey, appreciate the sub. AM, welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate the sub. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning right here on YouTube for free. We're not experts. We are not gurus. And like I said, I think that's one of the greatest parts, is that everybody else might try to sell a course. They have all this pressure to be successful. It's usually one of the reasons they don't actually stream. Mitch and I, we're not experts or gurus here. We don't sell a course, and we consequently don't have any pressure on us, man. People can believe us, not believe us. People can criticize us, not criticize us. They can say we suck. None of it really matters because, again, we're not experts. And that's one of the beautiful things about it. It's something I'm starting to enjoy more and more about our channel. is that I don't have any pressure to live up to anything, and I can just kind of trade and be happy. I mean, I don't know.
Right,
whether
guys,
clear
one that I'm
setups are there is all dependent
DPX,
on your style. You're in something?
No, I'm just watching it. I haven't taken any trades today, guys. Been a little hesitant, so just looking for the right chart.
I'm still watching MU. I mean, MU did pull back for us. It is bouncing back up to the VWAP there. The problem is that it's already tested these levels twice already, and the fact that it just bounced right back up here is going to cause one, it's going to cause it putting in a higher low, and then two, you know, it might confirm this level multiple times, but it's eventually going to break if it keeps testing it, I think, and so we got to watch that as well. Maybe we won't have to get there if it doesn't pull back to the VWAP here, but I think we do got to watch that too. Wait, this isn't the expert trading live stream. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you know. And so our experts just haven't been put in yet, you know. We've got a 200-year veteran in the market. He's going to sell his course, billionaire by night, and you know,
It's a beautiful rejection there and D box.
His course is 20,000, you know, but it guarantees 7 billion in about 24 hours, so it's solid, you know. Pure sarcasm, guys. Do not take what I say serious. Not investment professionals, not liable, not experts, you know. CGC did rip up there though, so yeah, just completely got faked out on that last one. I started trading stocks 13.7 billion years ago. Man, what knowledge and expertise, bro. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Been trading with my boy Jesus.
Right. You know, I'm a 5 billion year veteran of the market, you know.
Dude, you don't trade with Jesus?
Dude, my portfolio includes rocks, bro. Rocks and fossils are in my portfolio, bro.
I got dinosaur bones, bro.
Yeah. I was one of the first to invest in dinosaur stocks, you know.
Yeah, you know, those bones, they got value.
Yeah, man, 100%. You know. I saw the value way back in the day. You know, I was betting on the
look at fate. Look at fate. Coming back. Working its way.
AMD fighting back there too. I might consider shorting that one. I don't know though. It's kind of bouncing kind of quick here. The SPY's actually about to test lows, it looks like.
Alright, looking at HTZ here and D-Box. Not going to short D-Box here at 50s, even though a little part of me wants to. But it's still at the top of the chart. I can think this can come back and do a VWAP bounce play. That's why I see the play here at 50. The risk would be 64. But this is shorting the high of the day, not the strategies I want to be trading right now. So I'm going to leave that alone. Look for a VWAP bounce play in this one for it to come back to 18. And maybe hold 18s on the bottom side. Right now, the only one I'm looking at is HTZ. Been watching this one for a while now and thinking about shorting this one if it breaks here. The risk right now would be 614. This one has dropped multiple times to the $16 with some big momentum. Thinking it might try to flush down towards 16 here. I'm watching it right now. See the volume that's coming in.
Which one?
HTZ.
Well, we do
And
have a few people.
also Fate getting up there towards the VWAP, guys. I might take a VWAP Fate on that one.
Yeah, let me throw you up. Well, we do have a few people in here. Y'all go subscribe to my friend Ashley's channel. It is kind of a Christian channel, and you guys know me. I try to stay impartial, but she's a friend of mine. I told her I'd help her grow, and so if that's your thing and you want to check it out, she's a super cool person. Go check out her channel. I'll consider it a favor if you subscribe to her. And like I said, she's a friend of mine. I told her I'd, help her get some subs, and so go check it out. Really cool channel. Got a lot of good content, and so go check it out. There's the link in the chat.
Looking for $20 here. $20 for Fate.
Roku's bouncing up there, really nice off of that opening range low. And AXSM, man, I'm kind of bummed out about it, dude. That one looks solid.
Is a nice rejection on the BX there from 54s. All right, looking for one quick spike here in Fate so that I can take a trade.
Yeah, I'm still watching Moo. I'm still watching it.
Have my order out there at 20 guys right now for Fate.
Yeah, I gotta close the stream down pretty soon. I'm leaving to go out of town. MU is right there though.
No stress. You gotta close down. I'll keep everybody up to date with my positions.
Okay. Yeah, because I gotta go out of town, brother. I'll still be streaming tomorrow. I'm bringing my laptop. I'm not gonna have the green screen though, unfortunately. But I'll be bringing my laptop. We'll be streaming.
We'll still be able to handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what matters.
Yeah, team. Like I said, go check out TradeNet and Tef's. Best, in my opinion, it's the best way for new traders to get started in the market. Hold on. But yeah, go check them out. Really cheap way for new traders to get started. The bundle is a day trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account. We do make a commission if you sign up, but it's a great way to help support our channel. It also comes with the funded account program, which once you're approved, you get 14,000 in buying power. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks as much as you want, and it's one of the cheapest ways new traders can get started. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 split with their base package, and there's a $700 max loss, but you're only paying $375 for it. And so it's actually super cheap, and it's just a cheaper way for new traders to get started.
Short there, a little bit of HTZ. Looking to get short some Fate also.
Here, put the window up for you, bro. Because yeah, I can leave the stream going if need be, because I just got to start packing up. I'm just not going to be able to be here. But yeah, it's one of the cheaper ways new traders can get started. Super cheap, allows traders to get started in the market without risking a ton of money. And I think that's a necessary niche of the market, culture, is just allowing new traders to get started for cheap without risking a bunch. Because if you've ever been a new trader, you know it can get very expensive. So I'll post this link one more time. Hold on.
Alright guys, if you guys like the scanners that you guys see here on the left hand side, definitely check them out, guys. They're the fastest scanners I know of, especially if you guys are traders that trade momentum. Definitely check out Trade Ideas. They'll not only let you set up scanners, but you can set up alerts for your strategies themselves. They have so many different indicators, whether that be moving average, VWAPs, whether that be opening range breakouts, or maybe you just want to trigger a candle. Definitely check them out. They give you also a free test drive also if you've never used them. But definitely check them out, guys. These are Trade Ideas that give you the best and fastest scanner and alerts that I know out there.
Yeah, you can use promo code BT15 and get 15% off as well of all of their products. So go check them out.
Been waiting to short Fate here. Haven't been able to get in there. So
like I said, guys, go check out my girl Ashley's channel. Really cool person. I told her I'd help her grow. She's a really cool person, and so go check them out if you can. And you know, subscribe to her channel. I'll post this link one more time here, and you can, you know, go check out her channel. Really cool person. And like I said, my goal is to help Ashley get over 100 subscribers. She's a friend here in Houston. I told her I'd help her grow. She's got some cool content. You know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But go check it out. Dope channel. I'll post the link. And like I said, I'll consider it a favor if we can help my friend grow her channel. Because she's just a good person, honestly. So
Alright guys, HTZ, my stop out is 16. I'm still waiting for Fate. That's the one I really want, but I don't want to chase it here at 85, watch it spike to 20 and stop me out for a 20-cent stop out immediately. So I'm looking for a 20 entry. I'm looking for a slight pop towards VWAP.
All right, brother. I'm gonna let you roll. I'm gonna let you do your thing, man. I can close it down too if need be. Just let me know, bro. Just text me, I guess. I don't know, man. Go check it out. I mean, Z, you just caught us at the very end of the stream, so naturally I'm about to leave. So I'm gonna sell out really quick at the very end of the stream. But you know me, everything we do here is free, and so if you don't want any promotion, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, I think people...
guys, might have to stop out right here. Anything at 617 here stops me out on HCZ.
But yeah, I mean, I'll say this, though. We don't promote anything for the entire first hour and a half of this stream. The entire first hour and a half, we don't promote anything. Everything we put out there is free, and we spend hours here every morning. And so, yeah, we're going to post referral links. And, I mean, I think every YouTuber does. And so you'll get over it, bro. Don't be desperate, man. You know?
I'm out.
All right, brother. I'll be back. Just, you want me to close it down? You done?
Yeah, well, I already stopped out there, HTZ.
Okay.
I think I'm done for the day. Unless... I get into Fate, but that would be a VWAP fake out Fate. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, no stress. All right, brother. Hang in there, man. If y'all want to join our Discord, y'all can check that out too. Yeah, we're gonna close it down. I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate the love, team. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all same time as always tomorrow morning. Like I said, we don't plug anything. We don't promote anything for the first hour and a half of this stream every day. And so, you know, if you get mad about, you know, 5 or 10 minutes that we promote stuff, I mean, like I said, it seems a little desperate. You'll be all right. Have a good day, guys. Oh, hit the subscribe button as well. Later, team. Have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Not a bad day for me. I had 3 green trades. I'm trading like a big wimp, but I did have my big $1,400 win yesterday, $1,300 win, and so I'll take it. But later, team. Good luck in the markets, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow.